Hello and welcome to the Radiant Living Biz Spotlight. Today we are back with another amazing class. My baby girl is saying hello. She's home today. Wasn't feeling her best, so she's here with mommy. Come on in, everybody. Welcome. Today's topic is mental health for entrepreneurs. Mental health for entrepreneurs. So I know that our amazing expert guest is going to be joining us just in a moment. And I want you to get comfortable. I'm going ahead and just announcing it to a few people in my community. And it has been amazing. If you are just joining us here for the first time for the RLB Spotlight, my name is Chanel Anderson. Welcome. It has been an amazing week, okay? Yes, I see Dior. See if she can come in with us. This is going to be powerful. Hello, Nurse Shay Marie. Hello. Yes, she
Hey,
is. Hello, cute, gorgeous. How are you? Welcome.
amazing.
So glad to have you. Thank you for agreeing to come join us for the Radiant Living Biz Spotlight.
Of
I
course.
am so glad you're here and talking about this so important topic, mental health for entrepreneurs. So I'm going to give you a chance to invite your followers because I know they don't want to miss out. People are coming in. Welcome, Miss Trinice, Kimberly, Healthy Wealth Beauty by Rise. Good to see you guys. Of course, you want to share this live stream. Get your notes ready. Get a cup of tea. Get some water. Get your detox tea. This is for you. This is some time for you today. And our special guest, I know we're going to keep her warmly welcome the whole time, the Dior Lucas. So Dior, go ahead and drop some hearts so that they can go ahead and follow you right now, the Dior Lucas on Instagram. If you're watching this on a YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to Radiant Living Biz, and the information will be in the description box so that you can learn more about our guests, okay? So let's get right into it. First of all, it is such a pleasure to have you here.
Oh,
We've
thank
been wanting to do it for a minute, right? So just let us know a little bit, introduce yourself to the people. You are, I have to say a few words first about you. She's just such an amazing businesswoman and entrepreneur, hailing from the great state of New Jersey, right?
right.
Right?
Yes.
Spa owner. She's doing some amazing things with helping other business owners learn how to retire, right?
Yes.
By investing in themselves. She can train you on becoming a weight loss coach.
Yes.
She is a leader in TLC, Total Life Changes. And we are just honored to have her here with all of her brilliance and excellence and just her courage to come and talk about this amazing topic, mental health for entrepreneurs. So go ahead, Dior.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me on here today. It's just a coincidence that, the day that I picked to be here, I didn't know that I was actually going to be taking a mental health day on this day. So, everything always works out, right? So I just want to thank you for the opportunity to come onto your platform. You have been someone that I've followed for a long time. You have been teaching the community and serving the community, especially women in particular, for such a long time. So I'm just honored to be on your platform and to be able to serve in any capacity that I can, right? So yes, guys, my name is Dior Lucas. I am from New Jersey. Not only am I from New Jersey, but I am a retired NFL massage therapist. I'm a retired massage therapist on my own terms. I also am a top earner in a network marketing company where I was able to generate over $500,000 and actually flip that money and open up and create a new business, which is a weight loss business that actually helps deal with people's root of the issues. And I am now teaching and helping other people learn how to grow their spa. If you've been in business for 3 years or less and you're not making $1,000 a day, simply you can go to the link in my bio and you can watch the replay and I can show you different ways that you can make 1K in one day. So yes, I wanted to say, I know that we picked the topic of mental health. Do you want me to just jump right in?
You can go ahead. You are at home. You are
Right.
loved. You are appreciated. You can just do your thing. Take your time.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
So, we are, the topic that we're talking today about is mental healthness. Mental health, right? And like we were talking about, Miss Chanel Washington, she asked me to come onto this platform, and I picked Friday, thinking that I was going to be home in my regular schedule, day, nothing happening really on my schedule, but I had to take an emergency mental health day, right?
Okay.
So I'm just so, and I don't want to cry, right? I'm just so grateful that I have put myself in front, connecting myself with amazing women, because my friend had to come check on me and say, hey girl, I haven't heard from you. And, she was already coming out here to Costa Rica to handle some business. And she said, come with me. You need a day to clear your mind, and as entrepreneurs, it's very, as women, right? And then we go on to this journey of entrepreneurship. We are in a process of learning. We're in a process of growing, and we're all in the process of being, a mom, a wife, maybe an employer and a business owner. We wear so many hats all the time, and we never take time to work on us, right? To work on us, to heal ourselves, or to take a day. And as I got onto that plane, I was on my phone, and I was on Instagram, and I saw there was a post about this young woman from Texas that committed suicide. And she was on social media crying out like, oh my gosh, I can't take this. I'm so tired. My kids, she was a single mom. She was like, I can never get a moment to myself. I don't know what to do. For 2 months, she was crying out, and then she made a decision to take her own life and leave her children behind. And as I was reading that article while I was on the plane, I was just like, there are so many people, especially women, that are so overwhelmed with life, that have children, that don't have support systems, and have those thoughts, but don't have any outlets, or don't have the resources or the tools or the right type of friends to come check on them and literally make sure that they get the help that they need, or the day that they need. And I immediately, I went from being a victim to being grateful, because that could have been any of us. That could have been me, that could have been anybody, right? And I'm here on this plane taking a mental health day, and I'm reading an article about a woman that didn't even have the access, probably didn't even know what that was, And today, as I was just, taking a moment for myself, I was just like, when we become, when we make the choice that we want to become, excuse me, hold on one second.
Okay, take your time, love. Thank y'all so much. And all of my nurses that are here, if y'all could go and get some resources, to some reputable resources, and drop some 1-800 numbers or websites, for people who may be watching this or who may catch this later, and they need a number to call. We're here to share, but we're not professionals. So my nurses who are here watching, or anyone else who is in a human services field, if you could go grab for us some resources of a 1-800 number, whether it be suicide prevention, mental health, counseling, anything like that. I know there is a resource that I've used here on Instagram, and found a Black female therapist.
Right.
And it was amazing, so you guys can feel free to do that, Team RLB. But I just want to take a moment and let you know that you are so loved and so appreciated. And we really appreciate, your vulnerability, and let you know that you are in a safe space here. And what you're saying, it certainly resonates for who's watching now and who's going to see this in the future.
Right. Thank you. I was sitting when I was doing my meditation this morning, just relaxing and just thanking God. I was thinking about when they talk about, when you are you have a dream or you have an idea, right? That's the first step. You know, I know this is about entrepreneurship, but I'm just talking about womanhood, right? When you
Yeah.
have a dream or you have a desire and you can see something for yourself, right? And they talk about your birthing, your birthing dream, or you're birthing your business idea, you're birthing something. And I thought about, the actual real process of having a baby. A lot of this society, and especially with social media, it glorifies a lifestyle that of being a single mom. It glorifies, um trapping a man for money, or it glorifies, getting pregnant and not needing a commitment or relationship with anybody.
Come on now.
Right. And I thought about myself when I was having my first child when I was 17. I thought about baby, right? I thought about the baby stage. I did not think about the toddler stage, the grade school stage, the teen. I didn't think past the baby stage, right? And a lot of it's the same thing when it comes to being a business owner. We birth this dream, and we birth this idea, bring it to pass. But sometimes we don't have the tools for the different stages of entrepreneurship, right? We can get the storefronts, we can get the suites, but we don't have the tools. We don't have accountants. We don't have anchor, and we sure enough don't have the therapist to walk us through the emotional portion of being an entrepreneur. So I really thought about that today. It's great for the birthing of bringing your dream to pass, but what about all the other stages, right?
Come on
So
now.
as I'm here, in Costa Rica, I'm with my friend who is actually one of the first women that I saw have her own business, run it successfully, and actually have an idea of what could be possible. I'm here with her, and we're going back to the basics. I've been in business for going on 6 years, and I have to go back to the basics. Right? I have to go back to the basics. There's so many of us women that don't have these resources, and we don't even know that we are depressed. In the process of me going through these emotions, I wanted to throw my business away. I wanted to close the doors, and I didn't want to look at it again. And I know a lot of women that are in business, they feel that, but it's important. It's important for us to have a team. When we talk about team, it's not a team of people in our locations. It's a solid team of accountants that are also very that are in tune.
I'm busy.
That are in tune with wanting to help see grow and healthy money management, right? It's important that we have bankers or people in position that can fund our businesses and that can work out the prerequisites or the numbers or whatever, so that we can get access to capital, so that we can grow our businesses. It's important for us to have therapists, right? That can help us to go through our mental thinking process and give us tools to use to continue to have a healthy mindset. So I feel like that should be the goal for everyone in the last quarter. Yes, we know we're coming up to Black Friday, and I was thinking about even with coaches, as coaches. My cousin told me this a long time ago when I was just in business. She said a job of a coach is to coach you and to keep you moving, right? That's their job, to keep you scaling, to move, to keep going, and to grow. But you also have to know that you have to pick and take what you need. You can, what feeds you at that time, and execute it in pieces. The coach is not going to stop executing. The coach is not going to stop giving you higher goals and higher goals and higher goals. But you have to know
If you
what
need to
works.
say when, or you need a break, or what you can
Right.
digest, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And people talk about being overwhelmed. But
That's,
again, you know, if you've invested for someone and they don't deliver this and you're still feeling wanting more, you would be disappointed, right? So especially when they're working with perhaps, you know, a group of people. So keep that in mind. It's not to make you feel less
right.
than, or, you know, you can't keep up, or you're comparing yourself. This is what I see a lot. And I, you know, encourage, you know, my community and clients, you know, to be gentle with themselves and
Right.
recognize what it is. You know, if you're working with
Right.
somebody that's reached a certain level of success, you know, they are working with people maybe at many different levels. So you take what you can take and do that. But I want to thank you, because I remember taking a class with you and Candace, Six Figure Spot Chick, right, our queen, and it was a millionaire, some kind of millionaire. It was some kind of class y'all did,
Yeah. Yes. The
right?
Spot Millionaires. Yes.
This 5 millionaires. And you talked about therapists, spiritual coach. I took my notes, and I want to thank you, because you talked about these are the things you need to be, you know, doing. We hear the accountants all over again. That's not the sexy stuff.
No.
Everybody wants the brand coach and the Instagram and the blah blah blah. But like you say, when it all starts flooding in and life doesn't stop because you
Right.
decided to say, oh, I'm a boss, you know, and I want to be my own boss, you know, and I want to work for myself, right? Life doesn't stop. You know, I experienced a really tough time, and I empathize with you. And that's why when we saw each other at the Spy Boss Expo, and you got up and spoke and was just real transparent about your feelings, you know, and how we are, because that's how we are as women, business owners. Many of us entrepreneurs, we want more. We're ambitious, we're driven women, we want more. We're, you know, we're hustling out here, reaching higher goals, and sometimes we can be really hard on ourselves, or it is, you know, times where we feel a bit of regret or a bit of disappointment, right? And I thank you for sharing that, because that's what made me want to reach out to you more and have you come talk and share with some women here. How just to do a check-in. Where is everybody listening in from? We got right into it, but she has been pouring into us this morning. Let Dior know how much you appreciate her in the comments. If you have not shared this live stream yet, please do so. My name is Chanel Anderson, award-winning business strategist with Radiant Living Biz.com. If you're appreciating what you're getting today, is sponsored by Radiant Living Biz. You can text sales gems to 31996. Make sure you're following the Dior Lucas. And we're going to continue with this conversation. So powerful. Atlanta is here. Miami is here. So many of my clients are here, and those that have come in from your platform as well. And I'm so grateful for us having this conversation. You know, I get it a lot, Dior, because, you know, recently we talked. I want to touch on what you said about the glorified single mom. And this is, again, not to judge anybody or anything.
Right.
But I was blessed to conceive my daughter at the age of 40. This was my first baby at the age of 40. And I've shared my story a lot, and how such a blessing, right? But 3 months later, my daughter's father transitioned. You know, in Jamaica, never got a chance to hold her, never got a chance, you know, to, you know, I thought I had time, you know, for this life, such a devastating thing to happen. At the same time, it started a business, and now I have to provide for this baby, I can't, you know, that's us as women. We said we got to stay strong. What am I going to do? When I got that news, I was breastfeeding her about 1:30 in the morning, right? And it felt like, I describe it as like sand slipping through your fingers. It was nothing I could do to change it.
Wow.
You know, and I had to take care of my baby. And it's something that, you know, and while you're going through things like that, thank God I'm not from Georgia. I was here. I was able to pick up the phone, and people that I knew from online business came to my side, you know what I mean, to say, let me cook something, let me clean the house up, let me hold her. She was 3 months, and I'm a 40-year-old mom, had a C-section. You know what I'm saying? I had to go back to work on Monday, You know why? Because I knew I was going to have to travel for this funeral and stay away. So I'm like, okay, you think about a job. And this is, again, why entrepreneurship is so powerful and so worth it. Because I thought, oh, I'm going to give to this job, and they're going to, you know, when it's time, it still wasn't good enough. I was coming late, you know, trying to, the pressures of it being a solo, I would say solo mom, because I didn't choose it. You know, it's not no judgment to anybody else, but I didn't choose being a single mom.
Right.
You know, I was a solo mom because her dad transitioned. And it was times, Dior, that I remember being with my baby. And look, I'm a whole registered nurse, worked in the pediatrics with critically ill baby. But when it's your baby,
right.
it's different. I had her, and it was times I just was feeling like I wasn't doing enough. I was working so much, and I just had a moment. And I've been the type, honey, I called her, like, I'm like, look, I need help. I need y'all to come over here now. Right. I need help, you know, and I want to encourage more of you, you know, to not sit in silence and not suffer in silence, and, you know, ask for help, you know. But like Dior said, we need our village, but we need professional help. Well, I ain't gonna say we need, but you can consider, right? Because I don't tell people what to do,
right?
But you can consider professional help, okay? And you might have family people. Oh, you don't need that. You know what I'm saying? You don't need that. I got one of my, you know, family members that's a pet. Well, all you need is the Lord, and you don't need well, that's your opinion, right? So we have all these things to deal with, particularly as Black women, right? Because of our culture, because of, you know, the things we've had to endure, and it's a sign of weakness. You know, if you can't have 1,000 hats and running and doing everything, and, you know, have your lashes on all the time, and your business running, and your husband happy, and your kids doing amazing, and your Instagram looking perfect, and you know what I'm saying? It's this
that's temporary
pressure, right? What'd you say?
I said, and that's temporary.
Yes.
Because you know, there's a lot of people that are running their business on a I learned this from one of my mindset coach, and shout out to LaTanya Taylor. You know, I learned that there's a lot of people that are running their business, or they're on adrenaline of survival mode. They're still working on adrenaline of an untapped healed place in their life. They're operating from a place where, you know, and I know that, you know, coaches use this as a tool to keep you moving, but a lot of us are operating unhealed and you know, not addressing certain things, and we're using that as a pushing force to get us to the bag, and we're getting to the bag, but for a cost.
Yes.
For a cost. If you're
talk about the cost, talk about it.
If you don't pay the cost, your generations after you are going to pay the cost, right? Because if things don't get dealt with from your childhood, what I've learned, if you don't deal with the rejection, you know, it could be simple things down to just, you know, being rejected, or, you know, not being able to speak or voice your opinion, right? When you're in those boardrooms, you're never going to hit a pinnacle. Because you don't know how to speak to people. You're defensive, like different things like that, right? You're going to make your money, but you're not going to get to the highest version of yourself.
Yes.
Of who you could be. So yeah, we use that to I forgot what they call it. They say create a condition in your mind. That's what it is. They say create a condition in your mind, but that can go either way. It depends what you're using as your driving force, right? But, you know, I finally realized, not only did I realize that, you know, what I'm going, you know, through the changes that I'm going through, it's either, you know, a sign, God telling me to slow down, to stop, to deter me from making a wrong decision, or and also for me to properly address certain things in my personal life, so that I can be the highest version of myself.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So we don't want to. There's plenty of people making, you know, get into the bag.
Yes.
But for the cost. For the cost, you know, I was yesterday I had called my aunt, one of my great aunts. She's my last surviving
Okay.
great aunt, and she's one of the last members of my on the side of my mother's.
Mm-hmm.
And I was asking her about her parents, which are my great grandparents.
Okay.
And I, you know, I know my grandfather. I know the story of my grandfather. He was a provider for the family, and there was this one year he fell off of a ladder and he paralyzed himself at 50 years old. But they talk about how he regained his he was able to walk again, and how he went to school. He went back to school. He went to college. He graduated like cum laude or whatever, and started a business. And you know, and my mom pulls from that of strength and how a man should be and everything. But then I asked my aunt, I said, what about my great grandmother? How does she deal with that as the caregiver of someone that's the provider? She's the provider to the provider. I was like, how did she handle that? And I thought about that. I thought about that thing, like, you know, there was no outlets back then.
That's right.
You know, so yeah, I come from strength, but what about like what goes on in the mind of people, you know? So I just really encourage people to really just deal with their real inner stuff, because you can get to the bag, but those things will present themselves later on in life, for sure.
Absolutely. What would you say, for you, you're talking about mental health days, you know, what do you feel from, and you guys that are here, you ladies that are here watching, post in the comments how long you've been in business, you know, if it's 6 months, 2 years, you know, 10 years, post it in the comments. And Dior, what would you share, you know, going back, what would you tell yourself before you got started? If there were habits that you could, you know, that you would have been consistent with or making a priority from day one, you know, what would those things be? And you would share with these ladies.
Actually, my girlfriend, she just walked into the room. I know
Okay.
she always talked about, you know, like discipline, right? You got to be disciplined, and that carries on every area of your life, right? So definitely just having like a number one is like having a morning routine of self, like whatever that looks like for you, whether it's like getting up early to work out, to meditate, is really like down pat, like that morning routine, I really think sets the tone for your day. I would tell my younger self to start young, and or you know, start becoming disciplined in one area, and that would have been the first area first, because then it becomes a habit.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
For entrepreneurs, there has to be some system and organizations in place from the very, very beginning.
Okay. Right. You're saying systems and organization?
Yeah, just like organizations, just like tracking stuff and different things like that, just becoming disciplined. You know, I think, you know, even creating, I know Candace used to teach this, you know, creating that schedule for yourself, and not, you know, not teetering over it, like really having a day that is for you.
You know, how many people have a day for you? Say me in the comments. If you're committed to doing that, say making a change. If you have a day dedicated to you, let us know in the comments. And if you are making a change, then go ahead and let us know. So a day for you, planning your schedule, being more organized.
Have the admin day. Like one day is admin where you're like checking your back office, whether it's a weekend, whatever. It's supposed to be one day for admin work, right? Because if your business working, sometimes, you know, you can't get to all of that.
Yes.
So your bills, or whether you do it at night, you're supposed to have one admin day. And then I believe that everyone should have a self-care day.
Thank you.
You know, especially if you're a provider, like, you know, someone who offers services to other people, you're pouring out, you're pouring your energy out, literally.
Right.
Someone every single day. They are literally sucking your energy. Like they're sucking your energy because you're helping them heal, or you're massaging them, or you're making them feel better, right? Because they're doing this, they're doing their self-care day.
Yeah. Yes, that's right.
Right.
That's right.
So, you need a self-care day. You need to be getting a massage. You
Mm-hmm.
need to, get yourself together, go sit in a sauna somewhere, or
Mm-hmm.
reflect and be quiet and not have all the distractions, So definitely
Absolutely.
have a self-care day.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. Anything else you would share? Those are great, powerful things in itself. The discipline, morning routine, um, your schedule, two
Yeah.
days, admin day and a self-care day. And for those
Right.
of you who are maybe, you may be still working your 9 to 5, it can, even if it's a half day, you know what I mean? Even if it's a half day and you're
Right.
not built up to a full day yet, but that you get into that practice.
Right.
Really, go ahead.
I think now where I'm at now, I definitely did have, maybe I had an accountant maybe 2 years in. We like to skip that step.
Mm-hmm. Come on now.
We really do like to skip that step. I pay
Mm-hmm.
my accountant about $100 something a month,
Mm-hmm.
but to keep my books, and some people could keep their own books.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not good with money, you gotta be honest with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not good with money, you need someone to make
Mm-hmm.
sure they're helping you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm just sorry. I'm an advocate to have a therapist because, and having like a mind shift coach, because those were the people that pulled me out
Mm-hmm.
of a very, well, first of all, um, actually put a name to what I was going through.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what that was. I just
Mm-hmm.
thought that was just a part of my life,
Mm-hmm.
taking 3 days off under
Mm-hmm.
the covers in the middle of the day, taking,
Mm-hmm.
long naps and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
That was depression.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I needed
Mm-hmm.
someone to call it what it was
Yes. Yes.
first, so
Mm-hmm.
that I could be real with myself and honest with myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you have to you have to have a
Mm-hmm.
therapist. You have to have a mindset coach.
Mm-hmm.
The big dogs do.
Mm-hmm.
The big
Mm-hmm.
dogs do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So definitely
Absolutely.
seeing that out first. Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's open up for some questions. This has been so powerful. You ladies have been engaging in such an amazing way. Thank you so much, Ari Monique,
Yes.
RX Beauty Bar, Wax Gallery, DST Diva Forever. She's been here all week. So grateful. Let's get some questions in. I want to look up something for you guys in the meantime. There it is. It is, if somebody could get this in for me, it is Black Female Therapist. Spell it correctly. You'll see a logo with a little pink circle with a black B. It says Black Female Therapist. They have like 196K followers. And it says, looking for a therapist, we've got you. Read, sign up, and find a therapist. And I found a
Yeah.
therapist like within the same day they got back. It's like really user friendly. And I'm here in Atlanta, and she's been amazing. So
And you don't have to have insurance for a therapist. A lot of therapists that understand what's happening, and
mhm,
especially in the Black and Brown community,
mhm,
they do offer paying scale type of
yes,
services.
yes,
So where we
mhm,
thought you had to have insurance at one time, they get the assignment and they understand the need, and they are providing what is needed for the community,
yes,
and they do it on a pay scale. And if you can't get to a personal, you need to get into, like, they're doing lives and different things. You need to be
mhm,
plugged in
mhm.
to pull, until you can get to that place.
Dior posted, Great Joy Counseling is my therapist. Great Joy Counseling. And the
Right.
one that I gave the referral to, thank you um, so much, is Black Female Therapist with an S. Okay? Black Female Therapist with an S. And that's the referral that I have. And they're all over, it's just a great network. And they even have a nice text list that sends you some great things as well. So what questions do we have, guys? What are your takeaways for Dior? What questions do we have? This is for us. This is our healing time. Many of them, Dior said, yes, they do need to take that day. And for me, I have not been considered, because I'll, honey,
Yeah.
let my clients have I've gotten better with the setting of the boundaries, because I got married last
Right.
December, had my baby, but I was just really hustling and grinding and taking care of my baby. I went from $688 months to 30K months, in
Wow.
2 years as a solo
Congratulations.
mom. Thank you so much. But I was really not setting the boundaries that I needed to set.
Right.
And I was giving over again. What's that all about?
I
Why
didn't
do
even
I
know
have
what boundaries were until this year.
So I thank my clients now, right? That I'm attracting dream clients who respect my boundaries, who respect my time, who understand that I am a business consultant, not a therapist, right? Because we get that thing. We spend time with each other, whether you are in a beauty wellness industry, right? And we get familiar with each other, and that's okay. That's our culture, right? I don't regret that. But sometimes, right, it can cross the line, and people can have an expectation for you to be everything and anything and everything. And I'm like, whoa, hold on.
Right.
So I make it clear,
I can't see the comments, so you
can't
have to
see
be.
the comment. Okay.
Yeah, stop rolling for me.
Okay, no problem. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, whoever's here, don't be shy. Post a question for Dior. It could be a question, some advice, where she is in her business, what she's been able to do. She shared some of her challenges, in this success. What made you join today? What questions do you what questions do you have?
Right.
I'll ask you, Dior, just as you talked about being a mom, what are we'll hear people say, my baby is not doing so great. So now have something to drink, okay? To get one of those water stand and drink that. And please keep the slippers on your feet. Okay. Mom relationships, the different roles that pull on us, how have you been able to hit the milestones that you have? How were you able to do that and still, how did you navigate it? Because it's not about perfection. It's just, how did you navigate that?
I'm still navigating that. I'm still learning a balance. It takes time, I'm newly married. I have my daughter 17. Thank you. My daughter's 17. I have a 5-year-old, which is like a brand new world to me. So I'm navigating it. But I do work on it daily. I do try to find balance. One thing with me and my husband, like, we have created our like, I don't want to say like we have agreed on what our roles are in our relationship, and not allow society to tell us what it should look like. So number one, you have to, if you are in a relationship, you guys have to come to an agreement and be comfortable with what your dynamic looks like, right? So for me, I do travel, and he's okay with that. If he wasn't okay with that, I don't think he would be my husband right now, because that's a huge component of my business, and also for my mental health. Like, I need to travel. I need to get away. Right. Just one, creating what looks right for you in your relationship, not what society says. And even with my daughter, like, I've been talking to her a lot more and just asking her what she needs from me. And if she needs more time, like, I try to like carve out more time, because I was literally working. You couldn't even talk to me, because I was either on the phone, on a live, on a training. There was no room to even give me an update of anything.
Yes.
So, really, and right now what I'm working on is creating a schedule. I do not like, or I have always been a sporadic person, but that doesn't work. I can honestly say that will not work for the Dior that I can see myself reaching.
Absolutely.
It can't. It has to be some type of organization, right? And to be very honest, my family has to come first. That has to be on the top of my list first. And then, you know, businesses, right? You know, God, business, and, you know, my family, and then business, you know. But just creating a schedule for myself and really kind of like that's where I'm at right now. And I feel like once I really get disciplined and like have a schedule, know what I'm doing, and I'm repeating it, and I'm like confident in it, I already know, like, my goal right now is to make 30 my first goal is 30K months, and then in my spa business, and then 50K months in my business. So that requires some level of organization, discipline with your money. Like, it's not going to come out of thin air.
Absolutely. Well, if you guys are here and you have referrals for accountants, for financial experts, tag them. Now's the time to tag them. If you're an organization expert, you know, definitely let us know in the comments if you have a business that relates to anything that we're talking about. Somebody asked, when is your birthday, Dior? And there's some other questions I'm coming to. Welcome, everyone. This is Mental Health for Entrepreneurs, RLB Spotlight with the Dior Lucas. Somebody said,
my birthday is June 14th.
Okay. And is that Rosales Financial?
Yes.
Great. Rosales Financial. Listen, I'm going to chime in with this because this is me too. You know, I'm on the spotlight too, guys. And I tell my clients a lot of things now. I share more with my VIP clients. I don't share as much as I used to online, you know, with some of my ups and downs and things. You could go back in the crates to the YouTube and hear a lot more, but I've learned to protect myself and my energy as well, and that everybody is not for you. So I save it for my VIP clients, right? But I can definitely say that I would challenge everyone who is on here to get financially literate.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Get financially literate. And one place you can start is a book called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Somebody get that in the comments. Get financially literate. Okay.
You got to get control of your money.
And
when that money comes, it can go.
I want to encourage everybody, whether it's you reach out to the accountant that Dior recommended, Rosales Financial, or you ask in your network for your own, you make that a priority within 30 days to get started. And I want you to get back to me in the DM, tag Dior, tag myself. You guys know you can screenshot this and share it for those who want to come back and listen to the replay. Welcome, Smiling Body Bar. I got to give my girl Bree a shout out. That's another New Jersey lady in the building, but she's here in Atlanta, and I took my half self-care day. She invited me out to her spa and took an amazing care of me. And yeah, it was, I was in great hands. So shout out to the Spa Boss Tribe and this Holyfield. She did it amazing. I was so proud of her as, you know, someone who's been in this industry and as a nurse, just in how she provided my service. Look at this little girl. Provided my services and was honest with me and allowed me to be vulnerable at the same time. So she's amazing. So shout out to Bree with Smiling Body Bar. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, T. Harv Eker. I'm giving a challenge 30 days for you to get your financial expert and for you to get your mental health expert and support, right? Those are two things we all can do.
Right. And I have a freebie that I could definitely give to your audience. If you guys text the word abundant, I have a checklist of 10 ways to live an abundant lifestyle. So if you could text the word abundant to 732-838-9013, I will send you guys that freebie.
I'm going to repeat it, and I know my tribe is on it. They're going to scribe it, and then I can pin it. You're going to text the word, is it abundance? Abundance with a T. Abundant with a T to 732-838-9013.
Right.
732-838-9013. I'm trusting somebody grab that for me and we'll pin it. But you're definitely going to be sharing, following Dior. Dior, go ahead and drop some hearts one more time so I can just pin your profile. If you guys are watching on YouTube, so now don't do too much there, baby. Come on down. Watching on YouTube, you're gonna look in the description box and follow her. Go to her website. Dior, what's your website?
So right now that is actually I'm in a rebranding process. So that's being rebranded. But you literally, everything is in my link in my bio. If you want to book a one-on-one call, all that stuff is there. I do respond to DMs, but again, we need boundaries, right? Like for example, those 2 referrals that I gave you, my therapist and my accountant, you cannot hit them in a DM and they are not going to answer you and give you a free session in no DM. You have to follow the protocols. You have to set up a consultation. You have to go through the processes, right? Absolutely. So don't embarrass me and go over there and then, up in the DMs with long paragraphs. Follow the actual protocols that
respect the experts that are here to serve us. That's something to say about culture, in business and how things are done. And as Black women, we could just, we're going with the flow with the conversation now and just elevating ourselves and, how to do things. It's interesting. I'm going to say it because this is a lot of family here at Spy Balls Tribe. I noticed, I've been pouring a lot into Spy Balls Tribe because Spy Balls Tribe pours into me and Candace Holyfield's pours into me. But if I say, I can say something, right? I'll do things. Let me say I'm doing something for free 99.
Right.
Honey, the floodgates is open and they just running. And I'm not saying you can't, but,
you have to invest. At some point.
To invest. It's like, how much can I possibly say? I said, I'm going to take 20 people, it's 100 and something comments, but have you signed up for my freebie, the 20K months assessment? Are you on my list? Have you invested $37 to come into my community? Like, what will you do to help yourself? That's another thing, Don't pour, and then that same night that I posted, right? I was just so motivated. It was like 1 a.m. and I just did a lot of Zoom. I was like, okay, listen. They were responding. I dropped the link for Zoom. It was late in the morning, early in the morning. I did the Zoom, start asking questions. And, folks are saying they needed help with XYZ. And I said, well, as far as I can tell, that was at the Spy Balls Expo. Did you follow,
Right.
Oh, I didn't listen to it.
Right. Yeah, you have to. One thing that's when I and I have 10 more minutes and I have a next appointment I got to go to. But that was one thing that I realized what was happening in my business as an entrepreneur. I stopped really plugging into certain trainings and I was still using strategies and tactics from 5 years ago when I was super plugged in and paying the money to be in coaching. And when I stopped doing that, it is reflecting in my business. One thing that I'm learning to do is to delegate my task. And you got to pay like you weigh. So where I need help with, creating a funnel or landing pages, I know for me, when I have something that's going to cause a learning curve, I kind of like put it off and then it goes weeks and then months and I still don't have the things that I need. So I'm learning that me investing, $100 or $500 to get someone to do something for me that will be done and complete, where now if I start plugging into one coach, my girlfriend, Nathania Abraham, who is the Black scientist over at Sovereignty Beauty, she talks about the law of 3. Every year you should be picking 3 coaches to invest in that you're going to plug in with, right? 3 people or 3 conferences that you're going to go to or you know what I'm saying? So that you hearing too many voices sometimes. So for me, when I started to plug in and focus in on the areas that I really needed the most help with, that has really changed my life. So like today, like I have a lot of work that I need to do in the next few days to get myself back up, because when you fall off, so does your business. As an entrepreneur, you don't have that employer that's going to pay you while you in the bathroom having your breakdown, like, or you be able to take your vacation days. When you are not
Come on now.
producing, or you have not created that team to produce after you, that 2 weeks that you had to take a mental health day, you got to make up for that. Right?
Absolutely.
So if we could just, I'm just honest, like, I need to deal with, and it's always going to be forever, you know, a forever growing thing. So I'm not saying like, oh, once I'm home, it's all over. But I need to make sure that I am doing the things that make me feel good. I need to make sure that I'm doing my practices, getting organized, you know, changing my habits, all of that, like getting more disciplined so that I don't have these blow up days because now everything is due, or now everybody's leaving, or whatever it could be, you know. So it's
But before
important.
you gotta run, Dior, tell us how we can work with you, people who are watching. What do you have going on right now? Yeah, people are asking, so let us know.
So if you guys want to book a one-on-one, you could go right to the link in my bio. You could book a one-on-one call specifically tailored to you. There are questions that you need to answer so that we can make sure that I can, you know, give you my personal opinion or guidance, or be that mastermind person that you can have. Everyone should have someone they can trust. So you could book a one-on-one call with me, as right in my bio. Also, if you are looking to open up a weight loss clinic, that's the major thing that I'm working right now. You can purchase that class. It's already pre-recorded, but I am going to be doing an in-person weight loss class. So if you're interested in that, you can send me a DM and I'll make sure I get back to you. But you can take that, you know, you can purchase that class. It's in my bio. Listen, I have everything is in my bio, even with the 1K in 1 day video, that's in my bio as well. But yeah, sometimes if you want to just book a one-on-one call, you can, and I can show you exactly where you need to be, and you just need to catch me. So make sure the next time I'll probably be out is for the Spa Awards. So make sure you get your ticket for the Spa Awards, because that's going to be an opportunity for you to pick my brain for free. So if you at the Spa Awards, that's where I will be next, that you can meet me in person.
Absolutely phenomenal. Speaking of that, I'll be there too. I'll be a keynote speaker for Sales Mastery. I'll be a business partner coach for Candace Holyfield. So make sure you guys get your tickets.
Yeah, and text listen, honestly, if you text that number, that number is how you communicate with me. So
exactly.
So yeah, so whoever texts that number.
I got it.
So, all right, yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much,
Chanel.
I appreciate it.
Yes,
thank you.
I hope I helped, you know, a few of you guys.
Divine order. I appreciate you guys, and screenshot us right now, guys, and share this in your stories. Right, share it in your stories. So that somebody else can benefit from what it is that we share today. Don't keep it to yourself. And I appreciate you guys. It's been a long week. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can catch all of the amazing spotlights, and we have more to come.
And shout out to, I believe it was Shonda. She just texted the number. Shout out to you. I will be sending your freebie over to you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Have a good one.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye. More radiance.